It's your boy J Dub, the dude.
It's your boy Von Doon. What's up?
And here we are with our podcast, different kind of show. This is our opinions. It's an opinion-based podcast. It's called Hear Me Out. Now, with this podcast being said, it is opinion-based again. So if you have a different opinion, you can put it in the comment section, and it won't matter. But we want you to know that no, I'm messing with y'all. We will take everybody's thoughts in consideration, and then we could use that for the next podcast. You never know. So without further ado, let's get started. It's on you. What we doing today?
Yeah. So it's my turn to pick the topic of the day, and I decided to go with the top 5 most culture moving albums.
Ooh.
Top 5 culture moving hip hop albums.
Okay.
And yeah. So what we gonna do
I
for
mean,
you?
it's
What we
yours. It's yours. So I'm gonna let you ride with it. You know what I mean?
Okay. So just one at a
Just
time.
one at a time.
Okay. So the first one that I select is one of the most culture moving hip hop albums, which might probably be the very first one, I would say. Well, I mean, I'll say maybe of my generation, is Illmatic, Nas, and after he started, the only reason why I say possibly the first, because I don't want to go too deep, too back, because I know there's not too many like older cats might not be listeners, because I would say Eric B and Rakim. But then I think we can go a little bit earlier and talk about Nas's Illmatic. At the time, besides Eric B and Rakim, you had a lot of cats still doing like the disco rap, or doing like the rap groups with like, Grandmaster Flash and all of them. And these are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, you didn't have a lot of people doing things that Run DMC was doing. You know what I'm saying? They kind of broke off, and they were one of the like more pillars back in that day. But if you ever notice, I would only say maybe like the top people doing what they were doing. I can only see like LL Cool J kind of have that type of style and sound, but you didn't really see nobody else doing that. Does that make? Do you
That makes
agree?
sense.
Or
I can
yeah,
agree
yeah,
with
yeah,
that. I can agree
yeah.
with that.
But when it came to a blueprint to what hip hop was to be, when Nas put out Illmatic, and then you had all of his DJ, or not DJs, but producers like Large Professor, DJ Premier, Q-Tip, all of them, and then the way and the style that he was rapping, and how he was rapping about his life in New York, and the people in locked up, and the way he was rapping, it went. I mean, hip hop in general, the entire time it was in its inception, was about skill.
Exactly.
But then when Nas put out Illmatic, it kind of like blew it up. It blew it up. Okay, I'll say hip hop most since its inception was about like being original and coming up with your own style. But then like after like the 90s, it started to getting really skill oriented about like rapping your rhymes and word plays and metaphors and mixing all that into a compelling story and things like that. And I think Nas's Illmatic summed that, like, the whole 90s era up into one album. And like niggas say Illmatic is like the Bible. So I would say after Nas, there was a blueprint of how to do your hip hop in your hip hop albums, because after that people started getting like multiple producers, because at the time you would just work with one rapper and one producer. But now, or since after that, you'd have more people getting into different producers and beats and stuff like that. Oh, I forgot Pete Rock added on the Illmatic too. But
Yo, smooth.
yeah, and so that's gonna be my first pick. I'm not sure if it's a number one pick, because I got some. I
Okay,
got
I
one.
mean, it ain't got to be in chronological order.
Yeah.
So I
But
get what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying.
But I would say Illmatic is one of those five for me.
Okay, that's tough. That's a tough first pick. I can't rebuttal that
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
uh, Nas is Nas. I don't care what
Mhm.
nobody said. Everybody complaining about being the King's disease. He's doing too many of them. No, he's not.
No,
He's
he's
not.
not at all.
You guys don't understand. See,
And
you don't understand hearing greatness at that
yeah,
level over and over again.
and how and when was the last time have you seen a legacy act rebrand himself successfully?
It's
He had
not
a
a
whole
thing.
he had a whole 90s run. Now he's having a whole like 2020 run, bro.
He's
It's
literally he's literally the epitome of what a rapper should be.
yeah,
Instead
and
of trying
he's
to fit himself in with the times like everybody else does, like they do auto tunes,
mhm,
they try to do trap or dance
mhm,
music. He's
mhm,
doing him, and like what? Come
and
on.
it also shows the fact that a lot of people are have the misconception that hip hop is a young man's game, and it shows you that. I remember Tyler, the creator, told Q-Tip, "You have to be one of those guys that represents hip hop for the older cats because I need to see an example of what being 50 in hip hop and being cool looks
Hmm.
like." So Nas is actually a great example of how you can still be in hip hop and you can still be relevant and you can still have a legacy, then you can still be a huge contribution to the culture at 50, 60, or whatever, because you see, bro, you Earth, Wind, and Fire is looking like skeletons selling out. You know what I'm saying? You have old ass rock bands that
Yeah.
are selling out, that are doing all of this. David Bowie's last album was at 70, and then he died. You know what I'm saying? For some weird ass reason, when it comes to hip hop, you have
That
to be
happens.
like 21 to 25 or in like 30, and you're done.
Yep.
No, because everybody else has these legacy acts that they in every genre except for hip hop.
But it's
So
okay. It's still from the culture. From that, it's okay for them to
yeah,
recycle the music, but they will never pay
yeah,
homage. But that's a different
right.
story for a different day.
It is, but yeah, but so for Nas to actually come back and rebrand himself and actually like, and each King Disease was like every new installment was better than the
It
last one,
was.
and so yeah, I really have to. You really got to give props to Hit Boy because Hit Boy,
Oh
man,
yeah.
he completely did his thing, and I hope Nas and Hit Boy continue to do
It's a
work
dream
because like
team.
yeah, it's amazing, and that's going to put put a stop to all those like Nas can't pick good beats rumors and stuff like that, which I think is stupid because you have a lot of his older albums that are really good. So, but yeah, man, Nas in Illmatic, he did his thing. He did his thing.
The weird part is, Nas is also on my list. So,
Mhm.
and actually, I can show you it is Nas Illmatic. That is actually on my list.
Mhm.
So, that's one of my picks. So, I gotta go with something else. That's
Mhm.
one of my five. So I gotta go around that. I'm gonna say Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die.
Mm,
It's you.
mm,
I mean, literally, you have Juicy, which was something that it was a song from the '70s.
mm, That's P Diddy though. That's P Diddy in his that he had that
It's
style that he was
another
doing.
testament of having a good
Mm-hmm.
producer where it could
Mm-hmm.
put you at. Not only did
Mm-hmm.
Biggie have, he had the street, he had the street quality about him. Don't get me wrong, but did he like? You got to have some kind of commercial success. So you got to
Mm-hmm.
do something to make yourself fit in with everybody else. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
But I'm but I'm gonna hit you with something though. I'm gonna hit you with something. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because now we can get into some heat.
nah,
It's
shit.
funny you're wearing a Wu-Tang shirt. It's funny you're wearing a Wu-Tang shirt. Now, I'm not disagreeing with you,
Oh
but
shit.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm a we're gonna go into something that'll bring up how original or how culture moving Ready to Die actually was. Maybe if it was really culture moving, or if it was just a really great ass album. I don't
I
know
will
if you
not
know.
stand for any Biggie Smalls slander.
Now we're not going to slander Biggie Smalls, but we're going to go into an interesting thought and conversation. Now, like I said, it's funny that you wear a Wu Tang shirt. Do you remember? Have you listened to Raekwon's "Only Built for Cuban
Yes,
Links"?
I have.
Do you know? Then you might know where I'm getting at. Do you know do you remember the shark skit?
Yes.
Do you remember the shark skit? Niggas, don't talk about, shit, niggas out here, trying to bite off a nice shit, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't want nobody sound like me on no album.
I'm me.
Everyone
Yeah.
everyone knows that Ghostface was talking about Biggie Smalls and Ready to Die. Now, do you think now at that now I guess they're all good, all that was, squashed away or whatnot. But a lot of because I guess Nas and Wu Tang, they were like, they was mad cool at the time, and because I think right after that song you had the one Ghostface song, and then you had verbal intercourse with Ghostface, Raekwon, and Nas,
Yeah.
and a lot of people at that time were accusing, at least I guess like peers, and Ghostface, he said it right out because it seems like they had a feeling that that Biggie was actually like biting off of Nas, biting off at him, because at that time when Cuban Links came out, everybody started to do, well, like Wu Tang started doing that. They were like, how Wu Tang, like each member has like 6,000 names
Yeah.
for no damn reason, and then and they started doing that mafioso shit, and then everybody started doing that mafioso shit. Even Nas with Nas Escobar
Escobar.
and what was the group name with him, Foxy Brown and
Junior Mafia.
yeah. So what are your thoughts on that? Because you got a lot of cats that now, like I'm saying, Biggie's Ready to Die is a classic album. It is a great a huge contribution to hip hop. Nobody's taking that away, but I think it's interesting how you have one of the, like, another powerhouse contribution of hip hop via Wu Tang and Ghostface talking about another one. Like, oh, you buying, this shit. What are your thoughts on
Here's my
that?
thing. Biggie Smalls was from Brooklyn.
Hmm.
If you know anything about Brooklyn, you know that there was a lot of Italian people in said Brooklyn
Hmm.
who did not
Hmm.
like African American people.
Hmm.
Versus you have
Hmm.
Ghostface Killer, who's from upstate,
Hmm.
who was
Stand out,
nowhere
right?
near Brooklyn.
Hmm. Mm.
And then you also heard that Biggie Smalls, the reason why he changed his name to Notorious B.I.G. and stop calling himself Biggie Smalls is because he got sued. A lot of people don't know that
Mm.
because there is a movie that a dude called himself Biggie Smalls, which was also Frank White, which is
Oh yeah.
his real name, Christopher Frank White Wallace.
Hmm.
So he had to change his name. That's why he stopped calling himself B.I.G. That's why he stopped doing that.
Right.
Because he couldn't do it anymore. That's why he's notorious. That's why he stopped
Hmm.
calling himself Biggie, because it was kind of some paperwork that Diddy was like, it ain't worth it, just change your name. He changed
Right.
it a little bit, but so
Yeah.
there may be a little crossover where somebody think they invented something because everybody thinks they invented something. But
Yeah.
when you're a black person, you didn't invent the mafia. You didn't invent
Yeah.
moving with the mafia. So I
Right.
mean,
Yeah. I
hey,
feel it. I feel it. But yeah, I think that was a little interesting, interesting little quarrel they had, which was kind of, and it's funny too because it all goes back to Nas and Illmatic, which kind of shows how impactful that was.
it's real.
But yeah, Ready to Die. I'm on board with that one, actually.
That's my only. That's my. I mean, that catalog speaks for itself. Big Papa, Suicidal Thoughts. It speaks for itself.
Hmm.
Me and My Bitch is
Hmm.
one of my favorite songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I mean, that speaks for itself. That's my number one.
Right
Not no
on, right on.
chronological order, but that's my number one.
Right on, right on, right on. Here's an interesting question. Here's an interesting question. Um, if Biggie Smalls never died, do you think Ready to Die would be as big as it is?
Absolutely, because it was at the time period that it was released, it was some of the hardest body of work there was.
Mm,
It wasn't a
mm,
posthumous album, so he wasn't getting his flowers after he died. That he was everywhere. Black
mm-hmm.
Christopher, he was everywhere. Big, black, and ugly as ever. However, stay
Mm-hmm.
coochie down
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
sweat.
yeah.
Like, come on, like he was
Mm-hmm.
everywhere.
Right, 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 right. No doubt.
Literally, my argument when it comes to, because I know people get pissed off when they say, "Well, Tupac was better than Biggie."
I don't believe that.
They quote Biggie in songs still. What
Yeah, yeah,
pop
yeah.
bars have you heard quoted?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wait,
Every. I mean, if you want to hear if you want to hear a Biggie line, just look at Jay Z's catalog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I don't.
easy
Who's that?
work.
Nah, I'll get in trouble. But like,
Yeah,
I
no, you won't, because I
personally
feel the
do
same
not.
exact way.
I don't believe Tupac is it when it comes to like skill to like the craft of rapping. No, no.
He was a
Now,
poet.
but now Tupac, I'll say he may have been more impactful.
Commercial. He was a commercial
Yeah,
artist.
he might be more impactful. But as for Biggie, but as like for the skill, no,
No way.
nah.
No way ever. And I don't care who has a problem with it. Argue with your mama.
Yeah,
All
nah.
right.
Yeah. But okay. So what? I got to do another one, right?
Yep.
I'll say 36 chambers for my next one.
36 chambers.
36. To be honest with you, it's tough because when you talk about Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang is a lot has a lot going on because to be honest with you, jeez, I don't know. I think okay, cuz there are a couple of albums that Wu-Tang put out that I think can even be on the level of 36 chambers. You got okay, so I'll say 36 chambers, Cuban links,
Purple tape.
um, liquid swords.
Oof.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay, mm, maybe Iron Man. Um, if I had to do if I would do had to do three, I would do 36 chambers, purple tape, and then liquid swords.
Purple tape is my
But
number one, besides 36
yeah,
chambers.
yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. See, like that what they were doing at that time was like really unheard of for real, for real. And the way they put out and their style was like, yo, RZA, like that man,
Is a genius.
he and he did it all by himself in his basement. You know what's crazy too? I seen in an interview where my man's was like because a lot of people ask, and I've always wondered too. He always asked, people always asked, because you know about like the flood and
Yeah.
stuff that happened in his house,
Took
right?
everything out.
Yeah, and everybody was asking, like, how come Inspector Deck never had an album? His album was in the flood, and a lot of people. He always says, he said, if that album would have came out, he said that probably would have been the best work of Wu Tang
I believe that.
ever.
I believe that.
Me too, for real, for real. But like, I think it's to me it is kind of like okay, so it's kind of like how we did last time. I think it's kind of like 36 chambers is like 1A and like and Cuban links is like 1B. You know what I'm saying? Because like you had Wu-Tang the debut album, their style was crazy, it was gritty, they was just going back to back rapping, all that like hook disco shit was out the way, dirty ass beats, chipmunk beats, the sounds, the soul samples and all of that, everything was going on. Bring the ruckus, nigga. Oh, again and again. You know what I mean? Like 36 Chambers was it was a culture moving, sonic moving, it was a style moving classic. Freaking Cuban Links was in my opinion was just as moving because like it kind of like it was kind of like the episode 2 when it comes to sonics and rapping and the different type of styles that RZA can do, because not only that he can do make all these beats, but every single album had that Wu-Tang sound, but it was different as well.
Yeah.
So it's like I think 36 chambers. I'll just say 36 chambers because it was something that brought a different type of style, and that rough, that you know, just like he said in Forever in the intro, it's like hip hop in its purest form. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And it was like, I call it, because to be honest with you, that's where I'm kind of from that cloth, from the Wu Tang cloth, because like my style of rap, I always call it like attack rap. You know?
Yeah.
And that's like Wu Tang, like kind of did that. They just came with the raw, with the gritty stuff, and then
Broke the
they started
noise.
going off. And you can see it in results in rappers today. You got like the whole Griselda thing reviving that whole type of sound.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So it's that type in Kanye West and Just Blaze doing that type of style when they was in Rockefeller, doing shit with Jay and the Blueprint and things like that. So there, it's shoot. Kanye works with Wu Tang to this day, and you can hear Wu Tang in a lot of Griselda, like the rap, like the features. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So like Wu Tang is a huge contribution. I think 36 Chambers is one of those top tier hip hop albums that has actually moved a sound, a blueprint, a culture wave. Like you wouldn't have like lingo, like niggas talking about cream, cash rules everywhere around me. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like all types of jazz stuff like that. Freaking, I've never worn them yet, but I love the way Wallaby Clarks be looking. You know what I mean? Blue and cream. You know what I'm saying? Like, like they whole lingo, their whole culture, their whole style was like godlike, man.
The
So that's
stars that
that's
came
that's
out of there. Just
say what?
the stars that came out of Wu
Yeah,
Tang.
yeah.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
it's so I'll
so
give you that.
30, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll go my number. Technically, my number two, but because you got Illmatic too, so I'll go. My number two will be Snoop Dogg and Doggy Style.
Okay,
The slow
okay.
flow. Out west,
Mm.
when Snoop came, 1, 2, 3 until
Three
they
into
four.
the.
Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is that joke.
Mhm.
Back then
Yep.
was my time period growing up and all that. I'm like, he ain't like everybody else.
No.
It ain't about what everybody talking about. Like he different.
Mm-hmm.
And Snoop Dogg rapped about his hood, where he from, the life he lived. It wasn't about no fabrication. He literally
Mm-hmm.
murder was the case that they gave me as he's fighting a murder trial.
Right. I think West Coast rappers are really more into that.
They're what they
That
say they
that
are.
con- yeah.
Yeah,
They're really more into that content.
I will give you that. Like it, he took it back to the old school. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have. What do you mean? Like, in the D's Nuts radio.
Yeah, bro.
That's
So quick question. So why? So you said doggy style. I'm curious why you wouldn't have said maybe the Chronic, or maybe that is on your list.
nope, Doggy Style because it was the first.
Mm,
We start from the beginning, and
that's the start of G Funk.
yep, G
The
Funk.
start of
Step to
G Funk.
this, I dare ya. That's what it
Mm-hmm.
started. It started. These are milestones in my life. Is what my list goes
Mm-hmm.
off of. These are milestones in my life that got me different places that I can remember back. Like, yo,
All right.
that Doggy
It's
Style was something different.
and it's crazy because that whole style of sound is still the West Coast still have
It was the Bible, the
it's
blueprint, like you said.
literally anytime you go into like West Coast rap, it's literally just G Funk. That's what it is. So yeah, no, I get you.
Literally
I
the
get you on
Bible,
that one.
like you said, Nas dropped the blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Snoop Dogg is what nobody say, the most famous rapper on earth. Because everywhere you
On
go, they
Earth.
know Snoop Dogg.
Honor, yeah. Like that brother can go somewhere and smoke with the hardest rappers, and then go on TV baking dinner with Martha
They
Stewart.
know him everywhere. Like Michael
Everywhere.
Jackson. They know him
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. He can get any job on earth in
You've
entertainment
seen
and
him. You've
anything.
seen him acting in movies, even though it wasn't
And
it.
he be coaching football. Oh, yo, have you seen? I know you've seen Bossing Up. I
Yes.
know you've seen Bossing Up. Oh my god, I don't care what nobody say. I love that movie.
Hey, yo,
And you
that's
have a fresh pair of pennies on. Oh my god,
Tubi
yo,
classics.
when the one chick died and he was in the car crying, he was, man, I love that bitch, man.
He's
That
stupid.
was that was my
I
joint. He
can
had that big ass, bro.
I can
I
never
love
take
that.
him serious as an actor because seeing him and Baby Boy ruined it for me. It ruined it for me. This is the
He
same
ain't
Jody.
he
This got
ain't
my
do
girl
too
pregnant.
he ain't do too bad. Yo, you know what's crazy
He
about
was
that
running in
movie?
Chuck Taylors.
You
How?
but that's how they was doing it.
How
That
do
was how
you
they
run
was
in
doing in
Chuck
the West
Taylors?
Coast. That's how they was doing in the West Coast
I don't
though.
have
But
the
did you like,
Achilles heel to run in Chuck Taylors.
bro? But do you know like if you like as you're older, you realize like in Baby Boy, them niggas was supposed to be like 20-year-olds.
Yes. Them niggas
Do
were
you in that?
scrubs. It was bad. It was bad.
Man, I'm telling you.
Yo, kick
But
down my fork. Fuck your fork. Like, they were horrible role models for their children.
absolutely. It was something else. But okay, yeah.
That's on you, bro.
Doggy style's a good one. I cannot argue with you with that. I can't argue with you with that. But okay, well, let's see. All right, all right, James. This is where things kind of. I decided I wanted to get a little interesting. This is where things will get kind of crazy, sir. So I wanted to do this one. Now there's it's kind of a I wouldn't say it's like controversial or anything, but I would say that it would be because at first I was going to say an actual individual artist, but then I thought about it, and there is a individual that um ignited something, but then there's another individual that popularized it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, since we have to say albums, uh I will s- I gotta look at something looking
It's all
first.
good. It's all good. I'll keep them
No, I'll
entertained.
say it. I'll say it though, but I will have to say I will okay, so this is an honorable mention. Since he's not technically a rapper, um I was going to say um T-Pain. His first album. I can't remember his first album. I was going to say that. But since he's not a rapper, he did ignite the autotune thing. But I'm going to say 808s popularized it. So I'll go with Kanye West's. I'll say that's a number three. I'll say Kanye West's 808s and
Let
Heartbreaks.
me stay off my
Trust me,
list.
it'll.
Stay off my list.
I was going to say 808s and Heartbreaks. I particularly 808s is not for me. I'm a dusty rap nigga. I'm lightweight and elitist. I try and stay open to things, but it's the as a like maybe a pop album. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a really good album. But I think it's interesting because 808s and Heartbreaks kind of created a divide. It's really weird. It's really weird how you grow up around I was outside when 808s and Heartbreaks came out. And to see the effects of that album to like younger niggas when niggas like us was just like, "Oh, it's pretty dope.
Right.
Cool album." No different than when Biggie died. I remember when Biggie died. I remember when Tupac died. You know what I'm saying? And I was there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and it's interesting how you grow up seeing how iconic Tupac and Biggie came. Because like while they were there, they were just dope ass rappers. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting to see, and I say it to these young cats all the time because I'll be on Twitter, and I'll be like, a lot of us older dudes are like Kanye had a dope discography,
Mm-hmm.
but at that time, he was just a really dope rapper he was a dope rapper that made dope beats, and he really had a signature, unique ass style that people wanted to copy. But it didn't go beyond that. At least for me, it did. I
It
know a
didn't.
lot of cats in my age, it didn't go beyond that. You know what I'm saying? Until he did 808s and Heartbreaks, and then that's when there was kind of like a shift in hip hop. And then then you get older, and then you see how these kids now, like, bro, they worship the ground this nigga walks on. You know what I'm saying? 808s and Heartbreaks, I've never seen so many people when it comes to hip hop, like rapping and beats and stuff, and how it turned into a quest for melodies and auto tunes, working the auto tune as an instrument,
Mm-hmm.
and like the different type of sonics, and like the you got a lot of kids that ain't worrying about break beats no more, like flipping and chopping. It's just all synths and like dark, gritty auto tune sounds. Like 808s and Heartbreaks kind of inspired an entire generation of just like that type of sound. I have to give it to Mike Dean too. I have to give it to Mike Dean too, because Mike Dean, he's you know Mike Dean.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I have to give it to Mike Dean too, because he also like it's kind of like if Kanye was Michael, then Mike Dean is Scottie
Yep.
Pippen. You know what I'm saying? And it you got to give a lot of credit to Mike Dean. You got to give a lot of credit to Kid Cudi too,
Again, when they
because
wouldn't be.
yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to Kid Cudi, because a lot of 808s has a lot of Cudi influence in there too. You got to give a lot of influence, like that's why I said it was going to be interesting, because like you got to give credit to T Pain, because Kanye said himself, if it wasn't for T Pain, it wouldn't be 808s and Heartbreaks. You got to give a lot of credit to Kid Cudi, because he's all up in that joint, and they worked with each other for that stuff. And you got to give a lot of credit
Mike
to
Dean.
like Mike Dean. You know what I'm saying? So 808s and Heartbreaks is more of a culture moving standpoint when it comes to the younger generation. For us, we want the old Kanye, chop up the soul Kanye. I mean, I know it sounds like hella old head ish,
Yeah.
but it's the truth though. But like you know what I don't like. Let me just get. Can I go into a rant real quick?
Go ahead.
You know what I don't like. You know what I don't like? You know what I don't like? I don't like when niggas like me. Okay, so Late Registration is my all-time favorite Kanye West album. I don't care what nobody say. Crack music is one of the biggest contributions of hip hop to this day. I will fight niggas for it on that. I will fight niggas on that. Seriously, I will. Late, be, like I said, I'll fight niggas on that. But I hate the fact that you got like older Kanye fans and younger Kanye fans. And you got the younger Kanye fans. It's kind of like the old head versus the new head type of thing. Where man, ain't nobody want to hear that old ass. Don't know what anybody. But as soon as Kanye does some dumb shit, as soon as Kanye does some dumb shit, and everybody's after him, and everybody's going against him, this nigga will drop a song that sounds like some Late Registration shit or
God
some
level.
college dropout shit. And then niggas will go crazy over it. Young niggas, old niggas, middle aged niggas, and niggas will be like, just because I'm pretty sure you seen on TikTok, because people was making memes about his
That
one
new
joint that he
song.
dropped,
Yeah.
one joint, and he did not do this. He did not. This isn't the first time he did this. This is not the first time he did this, because somebody leaked "Life of the Party," nigga. That song is better than Donda itself.
It
In my,
is. Ladies
that
and
is one of the
gentlemen,
most
insert Boondock clip. Watch.
you know what I'm saying? That is probably one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard from that nigga. Like the whole vibe. And then he brought out Three Stacks, bro, like one of the like greatest freaking legendary rappers. Like there's I don't understand how and the crazy part about it is people was ranting and raving about Donda. And when it came out, people was going off about it. People was like freaking it's an experience and all that other stuff. It was cool. It was all right. It wasn't for me. It had I don't like the Khaled Kanye. We can get into that later. But I don't like that. And then as soon as that shit leaked, it doesn't even sound like Donda.
No.
at all. It doesn't even sound like Donda.
No, not at all.
And bro,
It was his own entity. It was the Kanye we
yeah,
knew.
yeah, and I was pissed because I said, what is this?
That means you can do that the whole time.
You can do it. And that's the problem.
You choose not
that's
to.
the problem.
Exactly.
You choose not to, and you can do that shit. And it's not. And it's not like. It's not like. Oh, he's not. I don't like the fact that you got are like this generation. They're always trying to find the new wave.
Mm-hmm.
They're always trying to find the new sound. This has got to be new. This has got to be new. That has got to be new. But then when you put out something like that, that shit is timeless. Niggas are too busy trying to find the new sound instead of trying to trying to have the timeless sounds. You know what I'm saying? Life of the Party is timeless. I could listen to that today. I could listen to that 20 years, and that's going to be that's going to be the thing that stands out of any song from Donda. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
But yeah, I think that's stupid how he gets into trouble, and then you got all these Kanye fans talking about new this, new that. Oh, nobody cares about old Kanye. But when he puts out old Kanye, everybody loves it. And I don't know why he does that, but yeah,
that's the battle.
Whatever. But yeah, 808 anyway. 808s and Heartbreaks is a real contribution to changing. It was kind of the beginning of that transition to melodic rap, and like I think he started like, you know, he was like the Drake before Drake, you know, with that like sad boy stuff what 808s was doing. So I'll say 808s and Heartbreaks was another one. That's on my list.
I agree. My take on it is, like I said, Kanye's on my list too. It's not 808s and Heartbreak. It was College Dropout. That's what's on my list, because it was Jesus Walks, Slow Jams. Like, it was.
2 Words is my favorite Kanye song.
Oh, with Mos Def, K West, that beat hunts my soul.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to freestyle to that beat. It hunts my soul. Like,
the sample is Parliament Funkadelic's March to the Witch's Castle, I think. Listen to that. I think that's what it's called.
Okay.
Listen to that, and like that sample haunted my soul for a long time. For a long time.
Oh, it was crazy. Yeah. First time I heard it was on Chappelle's show. I was like, "Wait, what? What's this?"
Yep. Oh yeah, that's the first time I heard it. That's the first time I heard it, and it's funny too because it's College Dropout. I remember I was just talking to one of my homies because I was telling him we was doing this, and that album came up. No, well, Kanye West came up.
Yeah.
And I was in high school. I remember in Lexington, I was in high school, and y'all niggas, please don't kill me for being in Lexington, because I know Mansfield niggas.
See, you're hard.
Yeah, but so I remember one of my homies. He came to school with 2 polos on, a sports jacket, 2 chains, the Jesus chains, and he didn't take his backpack off the entire day. And he was rapping 2 words. And that just shows you how much, because niggas started wearing the double polos.
Everywhere.
That just shows everywhere. That just shows you how much of an influence that Kanye West is throughout generations.
Literally wearing the what did I call them? The Shogun of Harlem shades, because Kanye had those on too. With the you couldn't see through those, with the belt buckle sticking out over you. Like,
oh yeah, look. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was guilty of tucking in the shirt in the middle to see the belt.
I have
with
also,
the long.
I went down to the Chinese shop and I got a belt buckle to say my name scrolling across. And LED. I don't care. It was what it was.
Real quick, for any of the melanated challenged individuals that don't know what the Chinese shop is.
I should have.
The Chinese shop is a salon or a store, if you will, for African American style, where you would get all of the tight shirts or the dope hats. Well, you can also get weave there as well.
In the
And for
city we
some
lived
weird ass,
in, it was
and for
the
some
beat
weird
all
ass
end all.
reason, it was for some weird ass reason, all the stuff that you would get for black people, Chinese people own that shit.
From A to
Why?
B.
I have no clue.
You can go in there and get
But yeah,
a whole dicky fit.
whole fit,
Fat
a
Albert
whole.
Platinum Fubu.
I've never been in this. I never realized how valuable plain white T-shirts were until you go to the Chinese shop.
Get that five. Get that 20 for that 5 for 20.
Yeah, you five. Yep. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, for you white folks, if you don't know what the Chinese shop, that's what the Chinese.
That's
shop
what that was. It was nothing
Yeah.
against anybody like that.
Yeah.
But and another hot take. Well, it's not really a hot take. It's just not. It's not even an opinion. This is true. I don't know if people understood this or even seen the parallel. But all Travis Scott is a dark Kanye.
I have. I would like to think that there was a time that Kanye actually bit off of Travis before
Really?
Travis got to do Travis. I always say that. I could be wrong though, because I might have timelines out of order. Because there were, to be honest, I don't know who bit who, but after when was Cruel Summer? Cruel Summer, was that before or after Dark Fantasy?
Let me see.
Because I think throughout 808s and Heartbreaks on forward, you hear a lot of Travis Scott influence in Kanye West's music.
It was
And then
2020.
2020? Cruel Summer?
Sorry, 21. April 21. 21.
2020, Cruel Summer.
Oh, make sure,
2021.
Make sure I'm typing it in correctly.
I swear that was like 2012.
Travis.
Cruel Summer, because Cruel Summer, I swear Cruel Summer came out before or after Dark Fantasy. What? 21?
I'm sorry, 2012.
22. Okay. And then
No.
Okay.
The fuck?
What?
John Legend, Travis Scott, Tiana Taylor, Shy the Prince. 2018. December 27, 2018.
No, it says September 14th, 2012.
Why am I showing 18?
Travis Scott accuses of stealing beat for Cruel Summer song. Oh, the song. I'm talking about the album.
Oh shit. My bad.
Yeah, the compilation
Okay.
album. That was September 14th, 2012.
Okay.
I think Travis Scott was in that. He was all over that album. But I've always had the impression, I might be wrong, I could be hella wrong, but I always had the impression that, because I had the impression that Kanye West might have had that sound, that Travis Scott sound, because he was working with him, because he, at that point in time, he started doing that thing where he would like take someone's song and then remix it and then put it in his album, like he did with Chief Keef and like Designer and all that jazz. And I would think, I always had that impression that he was taking more from Travis Scott than Travis Scott had the chance to before he like came out and started getting popular. I could be wrong about that, but to say that he's more of a dark Kanye, I can see that most definitely.
Hell, I'm out of focus though. Give me a second,
Huh?
bro. I'm out of focus.
Oh,
I don't know what's going
You're a
on.
little- you're a little blurry.
Yeah. It's wipe this shit off.
Oh snap! He had to wipe it with a handkerchief.
It's a 4K camera. I better work it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be blurry the rest of it. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that's crazy.
But
But yeah, Travis Scott is definitely, I would say, a he's more of a he's still more of like the younger generation where like he does like more ragey type of stuff. But he's like has a more like a mellow, dark type of vibe to his stuff. It's not necessarily like really like hip hoppy.
yeah,
Like it's more of like a dark trappy type of thing with like like traditional hip hop elements into it. He's really vibey or wavy. I'll say it
okay,
because I said a while ago that I think they should stop calling mumble rap and call it vibe rap because um this type of songs that these new cats make, it's they always, it seems more vibish, and I think that's what they should call it now. But and Travis Scott is one of those vibe rappers. He needs, I mean, as long as niggas stop dying at his concerts, I think
right.
he'll but no, I think what you're saying does isn't that too far from the truth for real.
I mean, that's again, that's my opinion. So let me see what I got. You did. I had my Biggie. I did Doggy Style. I did Kanye. You did your Kanye. So we're both at number five.
Oh, I thought it was like four.
Are you four? Well, my
Yeah,
four
four.
is Illmatic too.
I did Illmatic, 36 Chambers. Uh, what was the other one? 808s
Kanye.
and Heartbreak, and then you did
I
College
did.
Dropout.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're at four.
All right.
So damn, I don't really. Okay, Take Care. I'll do Take Care
That's a
for
different pick. I
for
wouldn't expect that from you.
for well, I'm doing this isn't my personal thing.
Okay.
This is trust me, I am not a I don't like Drake. Like, okay, I won't say that because for some reason niggas think says Von Doom is like a Drake hater. I don't know where that comes from. I'm just very critical of the nigga. When you know you got a dude that can go off on the bars but never does, you what are you gonna do? I don't like this just hold on. Come in,
I'm
nigga
coming
rap.
home.
You know what I mean? Just rap. But I think Take Care because like I was talking about 808s, Take Care kind of wait a minute. Let me hold on. Let me take that back. Let me take that back. Because I forgot. You know what? No. You know what? I won't take that back. Let's go with Take Care because Take Care is the beginning of when niggas started doing like 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 I said, I think I think 808s was like the start of the sad boy sound, and then Take Care is like the sad boy rapper. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I get that.
And they started doing, how people started doing the melodies and people started being okay with being vulnerable and talking about their feelings with women instead of talking about, pull up at your block. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's take. I think Take Care
All right.
deserves that.
That's fair. Well, my number four will happen to be none other than Curtis Jackson. Get rich or die trying.
Mm, Curtis
That's
Jack.
that CD. It wasn't even his first CD. First and foremost, I've been a
Mm-hmm.
fan since way, way back before I even knew how big he was going to be. I was a fan.
Mm-hmm.
I literally still have his burnt CDs in my collection. I have that still. I have Get
No,
Rich or Die.
man.
I have Power of the Dollar.
I remember junior high school. My girlfriend at the time, she burnt me "Get Rich or Die Trying," and like I burnt that CD out,
Me too.
like all the way. I love that joint.
I grew up in a Christian household, so my mom was not for that. I don't know how many times I had my man's burn that CD for me over because she kept breaking them. over and over and over.
Listen, bro, I ain't gonna listen. My mom was kind of cool as long as I wasn't out here doing crazy stuff, man. I listened to Fred Hammond and 50 Cent
I
back
was
to
wilding
back. It
out
don't
though.
matter.
I was wilding out. I was. And it's a different story for a different day.
Yeah.
I was on my Nick Cannon. Wildin', wildin'. I was wilding out, like for real. Like
Yeah.
he
But
literally came in the game as a bully.
but that's crazy though because as great as Get Rich or Die Trying was, he like fucked up New York.
Yes.
He messed up.
Everybody could get it. He took apart. He made it so bad that Ja Rule literally had to run and get other rappers from New York to put. I got 100 clips. Nigga, I'm from New York. He got everybody on there.
Yeah.
Except
Hey,
50.
Yeah.
He made it hard for everybody to breathe.
And that's a New York anthem too.
He like. I feel for 50's music the same way I feel for Biggie's music. Like, I was the biggest 50 Cent fan. But back then, I was in 50 Cent shape, so I had the G-Unit beaters. I was it.
Yeah, that nigga was a bully. I don't know why one of my favorite lines from that whole album was 80 Shady Records was 80 seconds away from the towers. I don't know why I think that, and he didn't even say it, but that's that's one of my favorite.
It was just
lines.
there. Mine's was I don't know because I was in a different place in my life. I'll preface that saying that. But he says, "You think you smart because you moved out the hood because your mama's still around, dog, and that ain't good. You're smart to be shook at me because I get tired of looking for you, spraying mama crib.
Your mama house and have your ass look for me. Oh my god. Ooh, that's a hard bar. That's a classic bar, bro.
Motherfucking windows are bulletproof. But the doc said, if I get shot, I might get the head might get a concussion. But better than the hole in the head, right, nigga?
Right. And he was talking, bro. He didn't let up talking all the shit before, during, and after the song, bro.
Disrespectful.
He was a bully.
If I can't do it, it can't be done.
Right. That nigga was wild. Murder. Grab up and leave you. Murder. Your life's on the line.
Like,
man.
Your life's on the line. He came. He literally came in the game. How to rob. He said, "I'm gonna rob Missy. I'm gonna rob Missy and Drake. You stay in the booth. You put the hot dog down. Like, he was just disrespectful.
Crazy disrespectful, and niggas loved it.
Every minute of it.
I was in my you know the meme with the Monsters Inc. meme? That was me singing Many Men in the school bus on my way to school. At junior high, learning my times tables, talking about many men wish death upon me. Nigga, what?
I was in 9th grade when that CD dropped.
That was hard.
I was strapped.
Yeah.
I was ready.
Yeah. Yep.
You couldn't tell me I wasn't 50. You could tell I wouldn't cut the G in the shoes because I didn't wear Reeboks, but everything else was the unit.
Every song he was like threatening everything.
The aggression. I loved it. And he came in like a force.
Yep.
He made fun of Ja Rule for singing and then turned around and sung.
Nah, look, yeah, no, but at the same time, that's the inner scope. That's the aftermath blueprint. That's what Eminem did. That's like that. That's the whole Eminem formula where you sing your hook, where you got the high stem and you got the low stem, and you sing your own hook. He was doing the same shit. That's a formula, but Ja was singing on. I mean, I can't say nothing though, cause like Ja, he was on his crossover shit. He was on
biting DMX style, but that's a different story for a different day.
Oh man, I thought it was funny when DMX was talking about on the drink train. He was like, he's about myself, you know what I mean? You know, then I had to come up to him. What the fuck you doing?
He did though. Another interesting fact. I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm gonna let this be known. Not because I'm a 50 Cent fan, but partially because I'm a 50 Cent fan. Ja Rule. Do you understand that's his first stage name, but they abbreviated it. You know why? Do you know what Ja stands for? No. His name, Jeffrey Atkins.
Jeffrey
Atkins Rules. It was his name.
Like that's his first stage name?
His first stage name was Jeffrey Atkins Rules. That's what
Like as
like
in
Old Doyle Rules, like how corny that was back in the day. That was his
like
stage name.
like Cleveland Rocks?
Yes,
Like
that's why it's Jeffrey Atkins Rules.
who told him to do that? Jeffrey Atkins rules? Oh, hey, he put it on himself. Maybe that's why he getting.
Oh,
Maybe he
man.
put that shit on himself.
That's why he changed the Rule.
Damn.
Abbreviated it, made it sound better.
How are you DMX's how you be DMX's hype man just to bite on DMX? One of the hardest niggas in the game and get bullied by 50 Cent for the rest of your life.
For the
That's
rest of
crazy.
his life. And everybody got involved. That was the thing about it. When they beefed, everybody was involved. Eminem, they brought Busta Rhymes to the ball ass nigga. They brought everybody in. Was beefing everybody.
He's never. I'm pretty sure that's one of the beasts that is never going to have any type of reconciliation.
I was heartbroken when him and Game separated. It was
yeah.
It was they were a dream team.
I think Game is probably one of like the best artists, like rappers. That man is a talent. I don't know what exactly happened to him. I think they're good now.
No,
They're not.
He still takes shots.
I swear I thought he talked. I swear I seen something not too recently when they were talking about how they dapped it up at a club or
They
something
do.
like that.
That's just it. Like 50 Cent literally numbers of times was like, it is what it is. I'm way to walk away, and then Game will get on some website, man, them G-Unit pussies. This. Just and now everybody's on his comments. I'm on the comments on Instagram. And people are literally on there like, yo, you still on that?
I was getting ready to say these niggas are too old for that, bro. You both of y'all freaking got money. Y'all rich. Y'all comfortable. Like
You had too much success since then to still be on that.
Yeah, I know he felt the way about not being in the Super Bowl halftime show, but I mean,
Still take shots. Still take shots.
And I honestly think Game is a little bit better than 50 Cent as a rapper.
I would not argue that point because 50 wasn't a lyricist. 50
Yeah.
gave me aggression. It was about the feel for 50. That's all it was. Game's
Yeah, but he knew what he was
lyricist.
doing. Yeah, Game is a lyricist, but like I mean,
But Game was
50,
not.
but 50 was with the machine, bro. 50
Game was
with
not
the
messing with Lloyd Banks.
Yeah, nobody's messing with Lloyd Banks, bro. I ain't gonna tell you that much. Lloyd is
That's
his
that's,
shoot. What I didn't get a chance to check out his what's the album? His new album he dropped. It was
Curse of the
I know he dropped because he has a second
Cody
installment. Huh?
Cody 2.
Yeah. I haven't got a chance to check out the second one. The
It was
first one
good.
was amazing. Was it better than the second one?
No.
Or the first one?
No.
No, you don't think so?
No.
Wow. But yeah, it's funny too because you see a lot of these old niggas coming back. But yeah. I don't think Game messing with Lloyd. But yeah, well, nobody messing with 50 back in the day.
At all.
When you put that joint out.
At all. Only person to survive the actual 50 Cent onslaught was Rick Ross. He was the only rapper to survive.
I feel bad for Rick Ross because I think Rick Ross is an amazing artist, but niggas like
he got
he's one of
boxed
the.
in.
I think he's one of the best feature artists that you can ever
I agree.
think of. He picks amazing beats, like the vibe. He's like drug luxury rap. He's like a luxury, like it's the pictures there. So it's kind of weird why I don't think he doesn't get as a big a recognition as he should get. I think
it doesn't make sense. My guilty pleasure music, I fuck with 21 guilty pleasure. But I would never be like, you a top rapper. It's a guilty pleasure. So when him and Drake did a CD together, I was like, this should have been him and Rick Ross. What are you? I mean, Rick Ross and Drake would have been. It's what we deserved.
I'm not gonna lie to you, my guy. I didn't really like that collab album as much, and I'm starting to get tired of Drake because, like I said on the Facebook I said on the Facebook page, a post not too long ago. I said, if a broke nigga did what Drake does, he would be considered the lamest nigga of all
Oh
time.
yeah, no doubt in my mind.
I look. Drake makes really good music, mainstream music, but like maybe somebody else with Ross, because I think Ross is too. Ross talked that shit. You know what I mean? And the way he moves on the track, man. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
This camera's
Drake with
bothering me because it's not really focusing at all anymore.
what's going on with you? But Drake with a Ross, I don't know. I think Ross is too. He's too like traditional
Their
to
songs
me.
together though is what gave me that vibe.
No,
When they're together,
they got some really great songs.
that's what
I'm
I'm
just
saying. The
saying
CD, I'm like,
they have some really great songs, but I'm just saying like with the rapper also comes with like the personality and the person and all that. And I don't think Rick would want to be associated with like cuz now like Drake now come on man. You see what he did with that dumbass chain?
yeah.
Do you think Rick Ross would do anything like that?
Oh no.
No, of course not, man.
He
Like
literally
that's what I'm
became
saying.
he became a laughing stock to my boys. My boys was literally sending me mad memes. My sons were sending me mad memes of 21. Can you do so? I was like, oh no.
Did you see the nigga in the WWE the
Yes.
2K joint, bro? I was in tears. I was in
I
tears.
was like, this
Like
was not how it was supposed to go. This
no,
wasn't
not at all.
this wasn't what we wanted for you.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I think he did 21 dirty because that album was basically Drake featuring 21. It wasn't Drake and
No, it
21,
wasn't.
but you know.
But Drake was a bigger
Anyway,
artist, so I figured it would be a good look for
I guess
21.
yeah. And then he went and said what he said about Nas.
Yeah,
So,
that's
but
why I
yeah,
said,
man. 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying.
yes, sir.
Beautiful piece of work. Beautiful piece of work. Um, so what? That's both four
That's
for
what
us.
for.
All right. So I got to do one more. Hmm. Um. I will say Carter 3. I'll say Carter 3.
Okay,
I'll say
Dwayne
Carter.
Carter.
Yeah, I'll say Carter 3 because to this day, well, to this day you have niggas with dreads and like the whole everybody got a little something, young something, you know what I mean? Um the whole look, the whole Lil Wayne look, the whole Lil Wayne style. He had everybody doing a certain style of rap. Wade and the niggas was trying to sound raspy. I don't know if this is a good thing, but I'm pretty sure niggas was trying to get on that lean to sound like Wayne profusely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Carter 3 was probably in my opinion, one of his best albums.
I agree.
He's probably one of his best. But nigga, who you know got a album with Kanye? Got a song with Kanye and Babyface? That's a hard ass song. Comfortable. That's a hard ass song.
You will never get me to say anything negative about Dwayne Carter either. I
Who
can't.
do you know? Yeah, that man that that man is he's another contribution, modern contribution to hip hop that has influenced and moved style, sound, all that stuff.
Major.
I I think maybe I think he might have I think he might have popularized autotune too, to be honest with you. A way that you use autotune because I think Kanye did it melody wise.
Yeah.
Like I think Wayne did it. Like I think he just rapped the verse and told the nigga just put autotune on it. And just make it see how it sounds.
Yeah, Pussy Money Weed
And
yeah.
that evolved to I think like the auto tune torch I think went from like T Pain, Kanye, Lil Wayne, Future, and I think it just been like that ever since.
I don't respect Future because I feel like he bit T Pain's whole. But that's a different story for a different day.
If you, I mean, if you want to put it like that, I think everybody bit T Pain. You know.
They did, but they gave back something. I
Yeah,
never seen him acknowledge T Pain,
I feel you. I feel
and to me, that is not sensational.
you. No, but yeah, I think I will say Carter 3
Okay.
because yeah, Lil Wayne is a huge staple. He influenced a lot of people. I feel a way. I mean, I will debate. I can have a debate about him being the greatest rapper alive, but he is one of the top. He's one of the oh, he's one of the top rappers. Like top, you can put him in the top 10 any day.
He has to be.
Yeah,
If he's not in your top 10, then I can't respect
yeah,
what your ideology of what music is or what good
yeah,
music is. If he's not in
yeah.
your top 10, then I
My waves is kind of popping. Okay, I
you over there
see.
chopping. You is chopping. I'll give you that. I'm
But yeah,
seasick.
man. But yeah, but Wayne, that'll be my five there.
Okay, and my five will be uh, it'll have to be like I said, Nas, Illmatic. It was the same.
Okay.
So I mean, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think in the comments. Again, we'll run through our list one more time. Let you know what we had. I had Ready to Die, Nas, Illmatic, Doggy Style, Get Rich or Die Trying, and College Dropout.
Um, I had Illmatic, 36 Chambers, 808s and Heartbreaks, Take Care, and Carter 3.
All right. Well, let us know in the
Now,
comments.
real quick, just to make it clear, these are culture moving albums that moved the culture in hip hop when it comes to style, sound, influence, all of that. You know, just making things clear because you know niggas be like, but at the same time, you know, there's a plenty of albums that we may have missed or whatever that can be put in that. But like these, like you know, yeah,
Again, this is an opinion-based podcast, so if you have
yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
opinion, you can put your opinion in the
Just
comment, or you can get put in the head. You can get put in the headlock. I put people in
you
the
know
whole
what I'm
chicken leg.
saying?
Let's go.
I mean, just you know, hear us out. You
Knife
know,
talk.
just
What's
hear us
up?
out.
21. No, but I think appreciate y'all pulling up on us today, and let us know what you think in the comments. Like, again, give us some topics to go off of, and you might see yours picked. And if we see your name and we go use your topic, we will put your name out. Let get you some shout outs, let you know what's going on. All right,
Hmm.
again, I go by the name of J Dub the Dude.
I'm Von Doom, the God. That's what they call me.
Y'all take it easy. Yep.